Alright guys, it's an original, so I'll be making a tutorial on how to play the game. As you can see, I did press start to actually start the game. Uh, I'm playing against an Aspire, which is a red deck. So first of all, he's having some problem with connection, but there's no problem with it. As you can see, the first thing you see is the tarot you get. You have 1 out of the 4, as I said before, and then it's the rock, scissors, paper to see who is starting first. Now that it's even, it's the same actual pick. It's going to be a rematch until whoever wins actually start first. Now, as you can see, I do play first. Playing first means you have 1 less refresh here, and means you won't have you will have 1 less actual draw, because if you play second, you get another draw. So now, talking about how the game works, this is the trap zone. You can put traps here. I think it's up to 2, maybe more. And now this is the shard zone, this is a graveyard, this is the tarot, this is the mana zone, this is the deck, number of cards you have, this is the defense zone, this is the attack zone, this is the item zone for your hero. So I'll be starting my turn with here. I can either play mana zone, which means it's gonna directly go into 1/1 here mana, and the mana actually stacks, or I can go into shard zone here, as you can see. And the shard zone, if I do put this card into the shard zone, it's gonna make me draw another card. So it's most of the time it's better to actually use the shard zone. Of course, you lose like 1 mana for a turn. In the end, you have more cards. That means you can play more, and that means you have more options to defeat your opponent. So most of the time, you want to go for shards each round, each turn. As you can see, he does play a shard. A shard is different from any other union as well. All union got their different shards, and there's some uncommon shards which have some special abilities as well. Now, as you can see, there's this button here, start. This is my main actually turn. This is a number of turns here. This is the refresh button. This is the configuration button. This is the end of my turn. This is the over, so it means it's going to be to the next opponent to actually play, or the opponent, whenever he ends his turn, it's going to be over, and then I will be starting here. This is the third turn, as you can see. This is the rank, name, nickname, rank, nickname, number of cards he has into his deck, number of cards he has into his hand, and so on. So, since I have no creature level 1, 1 cost, so I'll be using my refresh here, bottom. And now I have some interesting cards. I have this special shard zone that actually put a Seed of Sinew into attack zone 1, and then I will draw another card at the beginning of the next round. And I will put this creature either in defense or attack zone. So I'll put this creature into attack zone, because this creature has some special ability. Whenever it's in a attack zone, it gives mana echo to the creature. Mana echo, as I said before, into my another ability video. Mana echo actually gives you more and more mana after the creature is destroyed into a battle. The next turn you actually start, so that means it's 1 temporary mana, but it can be useful, giving you some hedge to actually get some faster cards or higher cost cards like this one. So yeah, this is it for the main menu. There is the special abilities. As you can see, next turn I will be drawing 1 more card. As you can see, this is attack zone, is defense zone. You can actually look into his shard zone, because sometimes people actually use cards to actually get into the mana zone directly to actually play faster. So, how I will play this? Of course, I'll put this card into shard zone, meaning that I would have activate this ability, which give me 1 more card, and then I will play this magic burst special attack, which actually gives Soul Charge 1. The Soul Charge 1 is like Spirit Rush. It's the same ability. As you can see, it's gonna give me 1/1 Spirit Forest with haste. Yeah, Rusher. Whenever I actually attack a creature or a hero, the ability of Spirit Rush actually triggers. So now I will go through his defense, because he has no defense creature, so that means he can't defend against my attack. By attacking him, I do activate my Spirit Rush, and so my Spirit Rush can actually, which the special skill called Rusher, actually activate already and target directly this new creature here. It's really important to read the cards and see what abilities each card has, because it can change the game depending on what you play. That'll be half my turn, since if I attack meta 0-1 I won't do any damage and it's a waste of time. So as you can see, I have 2 cards now to my graveyard. There are some special cards that actually use the graveyard to activate some other cards. Now, that you play, as you can see, it is graveyard as well, so you can keep a track on what's happening into the field. Now, as you can see, this is a shard zone, so he did play shard zone. He is shard. That means he does have this draw 1 card here. And now he does play a magic burst. As you can see, you have 30 seconds. This is a timer, by the way. If it's attack, you have 50 normally. And if it's defense, you have 30 seconds to actually use to actually think and see what you do. So as you can see, this magic burst, which can be played anytime, even if in my turn actually. It destroys target creature opponent controls with level 2 or less. This is a level 1 creature. So as you can see, it's gonna have this effect to kill my creature, meaning that both cards will go into graveyard into any second. As you can see. And now he has still 20 seconds to actually play his turn, but since he doesn't have any mana, I mean, you can't play higher than your mana, so that means this turn, like, I have 3 mana out of 3. That means that I can play all those cards, but I can't play this card here because it costs 4. Except, that is, if I actually use a card and put it into mana zone. Any card can be put into mana zone actually. And it gives 1 more mana, which is permanent, like the shards. And it's just direct. Instead of the shards, you have to wait 1 more turn, but you have the special effects which give you like 1 card. So for example, I'll be using this into mana zone, giving me 4 out of 4, so I can play a 4 creature level. And since it just entered the play, and it doesn't have any haste, that means I have to wait my next turn to actually be able to activate this card. Even if this card is in that state, if it's into defense zone, you can still defend. It's only when you're in attack zone that this does happen. So as you can see, I have some cards from another union. If you play cards that is different from your hero union, you actually get 1 extra